we're hearing like government officials not just continue to just say the exact same thing, where it's like Israel no matter what. We're hearing White House people say stuff like, like we'll only be able to support Israel if they're able to work on a ceasefire, something like that. So I know we're winning because Ben Shapiro's mad. Alhamdulillah. I love to see this man angry. This man, Ben Shapiro, tweets. Should I do his voice? I'll read it normally. The Biden administration. The Biden administration is now effectively preparing to make aid to Israel contingent on ... unspecified changes to Israeli policy, which means that Israel can do little or nothing to appease the White House. Hamas is now in control of Biden administration. You are absolute bloody madman, Ben. You're so crazy.
It's like straight cope. Like
it's all cope. Ben just like it's so clearly cope too, because like this isn't an IQ problem by any means. Like Ben can be so logical and analytical about things that are far away from home. You get to the Holy Land, So I'm just for me, the way I'm looking at it, right, it's like I see a guy like Ben Shapiro who's like a big old Zionist defender on the front lines of like the intellectual war field. Him being upset means things might be moving in the right direction. And then, what do you think?
You know who he wouldn't be upset to have in the White House? Especially on this issue? Trump. Anyways. That's all.
No, that's a great point.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, because like there's these, I think we talked about before, right? There's like this whole, I don't know how, I haven't researched it recently since we last talked about, but like there isn't like that whole movement of Muslims, especially like in Michigan
or whatever,
the uncommitted. So what is it, right? It's like they're hoping to vote for Trump to make the Democrats lose or hurt the Democrats.
No, I don't think those people are even voting, which is like completely understandable. Like again, I don't think. I mean, I've talked about this so many times before on this podcast, but like I don't think anyone has to vote. If you're just not gonna vote, that's fine. If you're someone who voted and you're abstaining from this vote because you think it doesn't matter, then I think you're a little bit of an idiot, because like there seems to be a difference between like a tangible, recordable, empirical difference between Biden and Trump, especially on their stances towards Israel. So if you're someone who thinks that voting matters, and then now you're not voting because you're like, oh, well, both of them are just as bad as each other, then I think you're an idiot. But if you just don't vote, if you just never
but I think that's the thing, though. There is like that. I've heard people saying that's what they're going to do. Where like I've heard like different like
and
like
you've heard people say that they're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah, like I've heard
that's even like 1,000 times more stupid.
That's the stupidest thing you could possibly do. Like I think people need to like jog their memory. Like because when Trump was in office, he literally changed Israel's capital for them, right? And like this guy does not like Muslims.
Location of the embassy.
Location of the embassy.
Yeah.